Welcome back to the channel, YouTubers. Paddock Card Scale Dreams here. First off, I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody. This is the first video of 26. Hope everyone had a safe, happy New Year. Wishing you all the best in 2026. So today we're going to do an unboxing of the 68 Coronet RT from MPC. This kit here, I showed it in my last video. I just quickly showed what I'd gotten for Christmas. So here are some of the features of this kit. Box art, a couple more cool little things like the police lights, the trailer, custom rear and front and rear fascias. Of course, you get your parts overview. We have 140, does it say 148 parts? This box is jam-packed. I haven't even opened this yet. I just cut this cellophane plastic off a minute ago. So we're gonna get you turned around. We're gonna have a look at this kit. Really cool kit from what I've heard, so I'm excited to have a look. So stick around if you want to have a look. So first off, I just want to say the packaging in this kit is really done well. Everything, there was like eight or seven packages, all individually wrapped. So I'll go through these bags. So the first bag that was on top is the body, of course. The RT badging here is actually looks really nicely done. Could be done with BMF over the top. The marker lights, your signal lights here, those are a nice little feature. Those look really well done. I don't know how accurate this body is. I'm not a huge Coronet guy, but the trim on the wheels looks pretty decent. There is so you can see how much they protrude out. Not a whole lot, but I think it's the perfect amount to get these BMF'd really nicely. The trim on the window is good. On the back, although the windshield wipers are molded in, they still look pretty decent. I don't see a lot of flash on this kit. The rear end looks, it would have been nice if this was separate, this insert, or if it could have been an insert, would make it a lot easier to detail. I'd say that's the only thing I don't like about this kit so far. The mold lines, they're not bad at all. The edges aren't super sharp like you normally see. We have a bit of mold lines here, and on the back there is some indents on the trunk area, just slight. So where these pins are, that's where you're going to see a little bit of issues. So those will have to be addressed. But other than that, even the pentastar down here protrudes out really well. Seems sturdy. There isn't much of a headliner detail. There's two little indents here. It almost looks like they've ground down these ejection pin marks. That's kind of interesting to note. Oh, and here you see pin locators for your chassis. So the chassis doesn't look too bad for MPC. I mean, it's all one piece, like your typical MPC style. Rear end goes in the middle here, so it's nice that that is separate. Pretty basic firewall. Not very accurate, but so your front locator for, so you can slide this up and down in here and put this height up, lower, or higher. So that's kind of interesting. All right, then our next bag is going to be, and here's our interior, so you can see all the locator pins for this. So that will help with putting everything together, locating pins. So this just sits on the chassis, so there's no detail underneath here. The dash looks pretty decent. So we got our wheel backs, seat backs, custom seats, racing seats. I don't know if those are stock seats as well. They got the seatbelt molded in. Got a roll cage, steering wheel. Yep, that's that. Okay, we got two hoods that come in this kit. So you got your more stock hood, custom, your custom hood. I'm guessing this is the custom front. Exhaust, rear end, battery, water reservoir. So we got some support. I don't know if those are traction bars or whatever. Front rad core here. So I definitely have to say, for an MPC, this looks pretty good. Well, the doors are really nice. And that's the other thing, this isn't a tub, so everything is going to fit together nicely with the locator pins, and it'll be easy to detail these out, so that's a nice touch. Okay, we got our seat belts molded into the rear seat. As you can see, that's some pretty nice detail on these door cards. So that is really nice. Okay, the other part of our exhaust locator pins for the wheels, distributor. I'm not exactly sure what these ones are for, but these look like a collector for the exhaust. And then we have the engine on one tree, so it covers. Water pump and all that stuff, intake. So here's our manifolds, oil pan, fan, and then our engine halves. Okay, heads, pretty basic blocks. Nice little air cleaner there. Yeah, that carb is just a square. Hopefully I'm getting this in frame. Sorry about that. And then our fan belt assembly. So fairly decent stuff. Fan clutch, I forgot to mention. Okay, so our next bag here is the trailer. So we got our sides, front, back, gate. I think this is the hitch. Not the hitch, but the, I think this goes on the car. So it's like trailer assembly, hitch assembly, attaches right to the frame. And then it also comes with a jack. Okay, and then your base for the trailer here. Axle, wheel box, toolbox, fuel can, part of the jack, the leaf springs. So that's really cool little item to add into the kit. Okay, and then our chrome. So these, not sure what kind of tires, rims these are. They look like Kragers, but they're indented, but they look really nice. The chrome is really nice on this, actually. It's not like super shiny chrome. It's like a darker than regular chrome that I've seen. Okay, so we have our grill, our cover for the console. Then we have some stocky rims here, front and rear bumpers, custom intake, mirrors, shifter, custom headers, injectors. Not sure what these are. Antenna, some kind of intake. I'm not too sure what these parts are for. Custom intake maybe, or that might be for the carbs, the dual intake. But yeah, like I like the color of this chrome. It's different. It's darker. It's not as shiny. It almost reminds me of how I do my chrome. I'll put a coat of Tamiya smoke thinned down. I'll spray it over, or just with a wide brush. But it doesn't have that toy-like look. It's actually pretty nice. Huh. Cool. Okay, and then we have this other little chrome bag. So we got some tools, mirrors, tow mirrors. Figure out what all this stuff is. I like this, your wheel. What the heck do you call these again? Oh my. Anyways, I think we have one in our van. Jeez. Okay, anyways, there's one of those. Oh boy. Okay, then we have our decal sheet. Pull this out, let you have a look at this. Some really cool decals in here. So you have the fire chief you can make. 4 different colors of stripes. More drag stuff. Here's your for your trailer. Sponsor stuff. Dodge RT 440 Magnum license plates. So the only thing I don't see in here, which is a bit disappointing. Oh yeah, gauges right here. So we got 2 different colors. We got these. Then you got your custom gauges, I think. So that is good. We love our gauge decals. Gotta have those. So all nice stuff. We'll have a look at the tires. So these drag 500s, they're kind of small compared to the Redline tires. They're quite small. They're almost the same size, just wider. But they are pad printed, so they do look good with the lettering on there. Bit of a bonus. And then we have 4 of the red lines. And to me, these tires seem pretty short. But with the red lines, they do look good. And then our trailer tires. These don't have any markings on them, which is fine. So we get those. And of course I have the reds and the clears. We're not going to open these, so we don't want them to get damaged. And then our decal sheet. Gets right into it. Shows a picture of the stock and your injection. So it shows right on the same engine part. There's a collector for your headers, your basic manifolds. So it shows kind of both on the same step. So you got your wheels, your chassis, interior, your body, final assembly. So stock, police, custom. And then of course the trailer. Decal placement options. And there you have it. The 68 Dodge Coronet MPC. Not a bad kit for MPC. I think the detail on it's pretty decent. If you want to get a 68 Dodge Coronet in your collection, I think this is a really good kit. So thanks for checking out the video. I appreciate it. Happy New Year to you all. And hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Pat out. Model on. Thank you. Thank you very much.